see you again. You might not have watched the entire series, but one thing that would have stuck with you, stuck in your mind about Fast and Furious is that particular one from 2015 from Fast and Furious 7. And that is Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth with See You Again. Of course, we get to see again because it's another Friday right here on the station that loves music and loves life. And it's time for us to talk about the biggest movies making the most money and the ones that are trailing far behind. It's time for us to talk about the artist, the actor, and the producers, the directors who are making heads turn and what your recommendations are. If people should watch what it is that they are making or not. It's about the show that gives you the recommendation to watch for the weekend with your family, friends, loved one, and if you're going on a date. So welcome officially to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Oh, I thought you left. Okay.
No,
Apparently you're
I'm
back.
here. I'm here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I could never say that enough because it's always a pleasure to be with you every Friday from 11 till 11:50 right here on the station that loves music, loves life, loves movies, animations, documentary, and we particularly love giving you updates about what's happening. We know that you've had a busy week and you didn't have the chance to follow the news. It's our job, our pleasure to bring it to you here and all you just have to do is bring out your popcorn if you can. But if you're in the office, let's see, you just have to plug in your headsets and make sure that you do not disturb your colleague or whoever is around you. So, my name is Oluwaseun Olusegun, and you're welcome. I do not do this alone, even though I am not a Liverpool fan. I do not walk alone. Please make welcome with me the analyst who always gives his opinion as well as the information 100%. He keeps it 100 all the time. He's an entertainment stakeholder, a lover of everything film, movies, and basketball. The one and the only Irabor Okosun. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. How's everything?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I did full ground, not bad.
What's up?
Uh, I
Okay.
said last week now the events, all the things I'm doing. So movie clear, I'm watching stuff, of course. Night Agent is back season 2, so definitely checking that one out. And I'm looking forward to cinema movies that are coming. Nollywood has a lot that they're going to be releasing in the coming weeks between now and let's say midweek or third week February, because it's Valentine period. So there's always going to be a movie that will be coming out during that period. So I'm loving what, like I said, the orange pill. I've been checking out a lot of things there. So it's like a mixture of the red pill and the blue pill and the cinema and your TV mixed together in the orange pill. So I guess that's what I'm focusing on right now. But definitely watching the Night Agent season 2. I don't know why they didn't bring out the Rookie an episode this week. I don't know why. That's why I don't like things like this. That's why I always wait till seasons finish before I watch the entire season. I don't want to be watching episodes like a drug fiend.
I
So
warned you.
please, I don't understand. So I am going to leave that series till it's done. I will not disturb myself. Okay. So uh, then I'm seeing no good deed. That one, it's growing on me, I guess. Then I need to say something.
Okay.
South African series or South African content. Those people, I'm afraid of them. Oh.
Why?
They open body anyhow. Like, yeah. I'm telling you, like they just catch me off guard. This scene doesn't require, what is showing. Ah, they just like it's there, it's free, it's just free. Ah, there's one series, Umjolo. How do you
Yeah,
pronounce it?
that is.
Umjolo.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was, I was Jolo. I was very Jolo. Ah,
Yeah.
but K-drama, they don't even kiss. K-drama, they are nothing. They are just there. You maybe it's towards the end of the season that they will now maybe one peck. But like those people no contact. So I think we should start giving them nicknames. K-drama no contact. SA, PDA, or whatever. I don't know.
That
Like
is way
I'm just
more than PDA.
Abby. Oh, you saw it, Abby?
No, I didn't, but I know
Ah,
the antecedents.
ah. Yeah, catch me. Oh, hey, God. I nearly broke my laptop screen. I just closed it. Bah. Anyway, so that's what I
Ah! All right, then. So if you want to be a part of this show, it's very simple. What you need to do is send your messages 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Please include your name, especially if you're sending a message for the first time. And coming in at 001 is Oluwase, who says, Oh, Oluwaseun. We've seen all of the films. They are fun action films where you have to suspend your sense reality. Pray tell some of these movies, Oluwaseun, which of them have had you suspending your reality? Okay, you will not believe the message I'm about to read you, Irabor. So it looks like you are not on the same page with Niyi, who says, opening bodies anyhow is how films get interesting. We love it all with all the marks. What say you? I guess they do know who they're making their movies for and their series for. Niyi is one of them. Yeah.
of course, now everybody knows their audience. So I'm not saying I'm against it. It just caught me off guard, because a friend of mine said, check out South African series. I said, okay. And I saw Umjolo and I said, okay, I understand what you mean now. I understand what you mean.
Okay, so for today, let's give you an idea of what to expect in the course of the show and what you would listen to. Plus, again, you can always be a part of the conversation. Today, we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations later on. Some of the ones snubbed, the ones that you were not expecting to get a nod, and they did. Before then, we will talk about how Chris Brown is suing the Warner Brothers over a documentary that is labeling him a rapist that was released in 2024. And he says, alongside his team, it's damaging his reputation. And he says they are making it sensational. And so we need to talk about that. Then Adekunle Gold and others are producing a documentary on 100 years of Yoruba music. But before then, we're going to talk about Lillian Afegbai speaking about the labeling in Nollywood, which is affecting people. For instance, how do you go ahead to call a person a YouTube actor, which is then affecting their casting? Now, before all of these updates, we are going to tell you what Nigerians are watching on the streaming platforms. The blue, the red, and the orange. We're sticking with orange, right, Irabo? I just need to confirm again. Where has
Yes,
it gone
orange
to?
for now. Yeah, orange for now.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ayo says, hi, good morning, you mean to say? I can't wait for Fast and Furious coming out February. Things like this just always reminds me that in anything that you do in life, there will always be an audience, someone who's rooting for you, someone who loves what you do. Because I can't remember the last Fast and Furious I saw. Oluwase says, oh, okay, that was in reference to the Fast and Furious films. Ah, okay. That's talking about all of the films, the ones that you have to suspend your sense reality for you to enjoy it. I get what you mean. And Oluwase further says, for your sanity, always wait for series to conclude. As for South Africa, it's in their culture. You know, the coming of age ceremony of young Zulu women, I believe, where they go topless, so it's nothing new. Yeah, true, actually. Now, let's talk about what Nigerians are watching. And before we start, again, in case you're listening to us for the first time, this is not necessarily recommendations. It does not mean that they are the best. It just means that Nigerians are watching this for a couple of reasons. It could be that they've just been recently added to the playlist, and it could be that some people now have access to some passwords. So here we go with the top 10 movies in Nigeria today. And coming in at number 10 is Kingdom. This is something from Japan, I believe. Now, number 9 is Kingdom 2, Far Away. So you can already tell it's a sequel. While number 8 is something for the animation lovers, Minions, The Rise of Gru. Number 7 is Night and Day, just with the K. Number 6 is something which is still a follow-up to the Kingdom, but this is part 4, Kingdom Return of the Great General. Now, number 5 is Crawl, something horror, something red, marks here and there. Ad Vitam is number 4, while Lishabi, A Legend is Born is number 3. Number 2 has Kiki Palmer in there. Alice is a title. While number 1 is the return of Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. I should watch that pretty soon. Back in Action. Irabor, have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen Back in Action. It's just one of those movies.
Well, go, no. Wait, just wait.
Honorable has switched up his mic.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Now, let's go to the series and know the top 10 series in Nigeria. Where is it? Oh, by the way, the app I just mentioned is the Red app, if you know what I mean. So, number 10, coming in at number 10, top 10 TV shows in Nigeria today. Sakamoto Days, animation out of Japan. Number 9 is Fake Profile. Number 8 is American Primeval, I believe. Primeval. Number 7 is Castlevania Nocturne. Number 6 is Seven Doors. Number 5, Squid Game. Number 4 is about wives and girlfriends of athletes, so it's Wags to Riches. Number 3, No Kitty. Number 2, Young, Famous, and African, while number 1 is The Night Agent. Now let's cross over to the Blue app and let's see what Nigerians are watching there. This is a merge of the series as well as the movies. Number 10 is On Call. Number 9 is The Switch on the Blue app. Number 8, Kantagari Goes to Town. Did you finally watch it, Irabor?
No, Irabor did not go to town on that one. So
he stayed home. Number 7 is Family Base. Number 6 is The Calendar Killer. Number 5 is The Creator. I started watching that one, didn't continue. I will go back to it. It looks promising. It's over 2 years, I think. Number 4 is Killer's Game, while number 3 is Oldest Bridesmaid. Number 2, Channing Tatum, Blink Twice. Did you by chance watch that at any point?
No, I haven't even seen a Channing Tatum content in a while. I've only seen his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend's one because she's in The Rookie.
I see. Number 1 is Beast Games. Now let's do homegrown and talk about the Orange app. So on the Orange app, we have the top 10, although it's a part of the top 20, but I'm just going to reel out top 10. The Real Housewives of Lagos. Do you watch that?
Yes, no, I said it last week. My guilty pleasure, of
okay.
course. Who does not like drama and gossip and backbiting and people stabbing each other? Of course. I love it.
Who's your favorite there? Who's your favorite?
Right now, I'm liking Iniedo. No, sorry, I'm mixing it. Sorry. This half-caste babe from back in the day who was an actress.
People still say half-caste.
Yes, mixed race, that lady, that fine lady, Caroline.
Danjuma.
Caroline.
Hutchins, yeah. Sorry, Hutchins.
Caroline Hutchins, yeah. That's my favorite, yeah.
All right, then. Number 2 is an original on the platform, Under the Influence. Number 3 is a game where people try to find love. What Will People Say? Hosted by Sika Osei. Now, if you'd love to go to space and explore it, you have number 4, ISS, International Space Station. Number 5, The Last Rifleman, Princess on a Hill. I started watching this, and that is The Tyrant and His Hand. Now, number 7 is African comedy, Bovi, Who's Laughing Now? Bad Hombres come next, and there is Law and Order, and the bonus, Soft Life, which is also an original on the platform. So those are some of what Nigerians have been watching on the popular streaming apps, the red, the blue, and the orange. Now, let's come to you, Irabor. Back in Action. How was that for you?
Uh, uh, it was just pedestrian. It was just there.
What
Yeah.
were you expecting? What did you get?
I mean, I wasn't even expecting much, and I think I got about what I was expecting, or maybe probably just a little less, you know. It's one of those movies that you just plug in, play, kill time. There's nothing spectacular. There's no true takeaway. It's just there, you know. It's going to be a franchise. Hopefully, they kind of take time to package it well, because of the way it ended. So yeah, I'll say it's solid 4/10.
Wait, what? Solid
Yeah,
4/10.
a solid 4/10. Like it's just there. Yeah.
Okay, what would have made it up to a 7 for you? I mean, we've not seen Cameron's face in a while.
No, no, the acting was off. This is not Jamie's best work. This is not Cameron's best work. They were just reading lines. You know, there was no emotion to it. They were not trying. They just well, let's just go and just shoot him, Sha. So the acting wasn't, they didn't bring their A game. So maybe because of the type of film it was, it's not
Mm,
like Salt, for example, where Angelina Jolie brought her A game, acting that type of film, action. So it's just like a typical Mark Wahlberg film, in my own
mm.
opinion. Yeah, like what's that confidential film? Something confidential. That one, So yes, Hollywood will always come with their production. So they have this bar, depending on the kind of production house that is putting out the film. They just have this bar. They don't go beyond that bar. The cinematography is like they just have a bar of yes acceptability. But now, because you expect them to deliver because the kind of actors they have and all those things. Now the story was just okay. We've seen stories like this before. Now there are different variations of this story. Now what's the other one that they did again? Yeah, there are different variations of this story. It's like Mea Culpa and the one that Gabriel Union did with is it Maurice Chestnut or this other guy in Love and Basketball or my eps. Like they have all these movies that they just shall have. They just remake, they
Every three
redo.
market days, they bring you back.
Everything is like a Liam Neeson film or like a Jason Statham film. Like he has one now, what they call it, the worker, be the
Oh,
civilian, the beekeeper. He's always having a job, like he's always doing something.
I
So we know that
mean,
okay,
that's what he has to do.
bad guy that good bad guy that was good, but something happened in the agency. He went back, became a normal man. Somebody's trying to cross him. I will find you, I'll kill you.
I will
Fine.
find you
Uh-huh. So
and I'll
that's it.
kill you.
So back in action, just there.
I
Better than
remember,
Alicia.
wait, what? I
Better
didn't
than
hear
Alicia.
you. Better
Better than
than,
Alicia. Alicia B.
I remember seeing a review on Back in Action from Critic of some days ago, and in his words, the acting and storytelling are quite cringy and stiff, but Fox and DS forced their way to ensure this lands an easy sit-at-home fun watch. I
Yeah.
guess because he gave it an average of 55%. So both of you do agree on this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What have you been watching? And would you recommend it or not? Do send us a message on WhatsApp. By the way, we're live on YouTube, and that will be at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You will not see Rabor's face because he has gone back on his word to always show his face all through the film focus episodes this year. Rabor, what
Mm.
happened?
Mm. Mm. Sure.
Hmm?
Let's not, let's not go into details.
Okay, we'll stay
Mm-hmm.
superficial then. But
Oh, yes.
anyways, you will not see Rabor's face, but you will see my face, and it also means you can always watch this later on or share with your friends or maybe watch it when you're not in the office with some popcorn or whatever it is that you like to munch on. So tell us what you have been watching. 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Nee
That's a
says, I'm
WhatsApp,
very,
right?
yes, WhatsApp, please.
Let's open phone lines now because I've been getting DMs from people that say, yeah, they would like to call in and all that. I don't know if that's
Okay, call in. Call in, General, but our boss says so. 07, sorry, where did 7 come from? 0201 448 9981. If you'd like to dial in, please turn down the volume of your radio set. 0201 448 9981. That's the number to call. And the other one is 0809 4440981. Please do not dial the WhatsApp line for now. He says American Primeval is the last series I watched. It's very good. 8/10 for me. I guess we have a recommendation from Nii for today. If
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
any, I mean, you've already recommended the rookie, even though you're not recommending it again because you don't want somebody's blood pressure to be up. But what would be your first set of recommendations for today?
The Day of the Jackal. Go
What's
and
that
check it out.
about?
Oof. It is about, well, it's a franchise that has been on for years. I mean, they do remakes and everything, but this one is starring Eddie Redmayne and Lashana Lynch. By the way, Lashana be packing.
Lashana,
Oof,
the
man.
Woman King. What
Anyway,
did you say? Wait, what? What
nothing.
did you say?
No, no, the men heard me. Don't worry. So, the Day of the Jackal, Eddie plays, you know, higher godman for kill and everything, and Lashana is this unhappy wife, who is putting herself into her work a lot and just neglects her family life. I don't know why she has coconut head in this particular series, but the climax again is well deserving, and they just go back and forth trying to figure out how to catch this guy. And I just love how slow paced it is. How it had this British, well, it's set in British, yeah, British feel. They just have this mood where the way they shoot their films or their TV series, it just gives you this longing. It's not too action packed, but it's also action packed, sort of like a thriller mixed with action. Then there's dialogue as well, and great acting and everything, and storyline. And yeah, so Day of the Jackal, I give it 8/10. In fact, yeah, 8/10, I would say. Yeah. And I saw it on the Orange app, by the way. Like I said, they have a mix of so many things. So who would have thought?
Okay. Nia comes back with another recommendation, and that will be a series that has Zoe Saldana in there and has been described by many people as thrilling, quite dangerous, emotional, and yet perfect. So he says Lioness is also a very good miniseries. That's special up, not Lioness. So I guess you can add this to your watch list for the weekend, courtesy of Niyi. Thank you very much, Niyi. So WhatsApp line 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. We'll take a breather, and when we come back, we'll start to talk about Nollywood and why some people, I don't think anybody likes to be stereotyped. So let's talk about the labeling in Nollywood that is creating a divide. And later on, we need to talk about how Nigerians are angry about the casting of Children of Blood and Bone. They did not see Nigerians there, even though there was a casting call for Nigerians. And people are saying, why then did you call for Nigerian actors when you're going to use the likes of Idris Elba, Viola Davis, and even go to shoot in South Africa? That and many more after this.
Keep listening. The medium of exchange.
Woo-wee! Okay, water break.
It's all about the finances made easy. Personal finance on Smooth 98.1 every Wednesday from 5:15 p.m.
Because I'm happy clap along if you feel like I'm rolling down a roof. Clap along if you feel like I'm okay. Because bring me down, 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 bring me down. The love is too high, bring me down, bring me down, because I'm because I'm okay. Rob, are you there? Sorry, internet started to act up. Oh, I'm sorry. Not done the job. Love music, love life. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, and it's now 32 minutes past 11 o'clock. So we are about to give you some updates and who has said what about what. And we'll start with homegrown. Irabor, sir, are you with us? Sorry about the internet.
Yes, I am.
Oh, great. All right, moving on. Let's start with this. It was a post that was out or made by Lilian Afegbai 4 days ago, a video that has now gotten over close to 200,000 views on Instagram, where she speaks out about the divide and the labeling culture in Nollywood. And she says an actor is an actor. It's about, are you a good actor? Can you act? But it's you viewers that have turned the whole thing upside down. Other people have room to grow. More actors have to come. How many films is your fave going to be in at the same time? It's not possible. She captioned the video, YouTube actors LOL. Sometimes people fail to see your worth or acknowledge your growth, but that says more about them than it does about you. Your value isn't diminished by their inability to recognize it. Keep growing, shining, and staying true to yourself. It's not your fault. They chose or choose not to see it. Terrible.
Yes, I mean she's correct now. I was even surprised when I saw a post by Biodun Stephen, when she was mentioning something about YouTube actors. And what's his name? Timini came and responded that, what do you mean by YouTube actors? Actor is actor. And I was surprised that Biodun would say that. Somebody who does low budget films and capitalizes on YouTube more recently and uses actors, So I don't understand the basing because she also has a channel, so I don't understand it really. I really don't understand that part. I understand what Lily is saying, but you have to look at it from just the human standpoint where people will just attach labels to different things. They'll say, oh, ex-BB Nigeria housemate. That's it. Like, it is what it is. You now have to work harder and try to overturn that stereotype or labeling. It's going to happen. It's not against the law. Get so they can call you a YouTube actor, but if it's within your circle, people are calling you YouTube actors, maybe producers or directors. That's where I have an issue because they are in the industry, they understand it. So that labeling is wrong coming from them, but from outsiders, it's like old Nollywood, new Nollywood, the big three, the big four, the big, they're going to do that. Does it help sometimes? Nah, but again, it comes with the territory. YouTube has helped. YouTube, everything would have its pros and cons at the end of the day. But what we always say is, regardless of the fact that you're going to be shooting those types of films, try and just make it worthwhile so that people don't now label you like that. So again, it goes back to your work ethic, and everything. Do we have a label for cinema actors? I don't think they call people cinema actors. So maybe because they don't channel movies the way YouTube does. But again, stereotypes will always be there. But are you making money? Like she said, are you putting out great content? Are you acting well? Fine. You've had people that they were calling them Iroko actors now to point now. What's her name? And this lady in Farmer's Bride, her name escapes me. This beautiful fair lady, one of Toby's love interest in that film. She was a YouTube actor slash Iroko actor at the point. Being brought to Bolaji Ogumola and all these people, they were Iroko actors before. They were even calling them Biodun Steven babies because they always were on Biodun Steven's film. So they broke out now. Bolaji Ogumola is releasing her own YouTube channel. She has films. She's in cinema as well. She's bringing another film again, February 7th. So you just have to just step up, rebrand, break free. And of course, people will adapt to what it is. So, but my own issue is insiders calling people YouTuber. That one I'm not for it. Even myself, I won't even call them YouTube actors.
Thank you. Moving on to documentaries now. Adekunle Gold to co-produce documentary on 100 years history of Yoruba music. And the documentary, which will be released at a later date, we don't know the date yet, but it's titled The Odyssey. It will trace the history and evolution of different subcultures within the music, like Sakara, Akbala, Juju, Afro Juju, Fuji, and many others. And on that cast, it's going to be headed by Bobo Omotaya. You're going to have Adekule Gold serving as a co-producer alongside Tosin Ashafa, Papa Omotaya, and Abba Makama. So it's going to, according to Adekunle Gold, and I read, this documentary is more than simply another project. It's an opportunity to highlight the history of a sound that has shaped and will continue to shape music culture around the world. Working with the rest of the team, I can't wait to bring the story to life with authenticity, energy, and enthusiasm. I think it's just lovely to see the growth and the evolution of Adekunle Gold. Meanwhile,
Oh,
what's your
yes.
take?
Yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned, his growth has been great, from graphics designer to, all the things he dabbled into. And now, music, and documentary and, the kind of person he married and his life is rebranding. He really, 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 really rebranded. This is exciting news for culture enthusiasts. Adekunle Gold is going to be producing or co-producing a documentary on the 100-year history of Yoruba music. Like, imagine how much history that is, and it is very huge. It's not just huge for Yoruba culture, it's also huge for Nigerian music as a whole. If you think about it, like this documentary is not just entertainment, it's basically the preservation of history. Yoruba music deeply influenced Afro beats, Juju, Fuji, even global genres that we're not even heard of. You have legends like Fela, King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, and a lot of them carried elements of Yoruba culture to the world stage. So I believe this documentary is not only going to educate, it's also going to inspire a new generation of artists, even the existing ones, for them to explore their roots, because a lot of people don't really check where they come from to be able to tap into that as well. So, AG Baby is already a modern day cultural ambassador. So,
You mean
so
AG
this project,
Daddy?
AG Daddy, so this project really feels like a natural extension for his artistry. So I mean, imagine the global impact of just showcasing Yoruba music. I want to believe it's going to be a detailed and visually compelling way because it's AG baby and all that. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, the last part you mentioned is very important because I cannot imagine trying to tell the story of 100 years and not doing it almost perfect. It has to be almost perfect because
Yes.
you know that there are some people who are always poking holes. Plus, again, you have mentioned it that it's not going to be educating. It's going to be some people's first look down the memory lane. So this means that this will be some people's first contact with the history of all these songs. So please, it has to be done almost perfectly. And we wish you all the best as you attempt to tell this story. Did you want to say something?
No, I mean,
Okay.
this kind of thing will take a lot, funding, making sure that you get the right pieces, everything told the right way. I mean, I can't even imagine if he's going to be able to release music during this period. I don't know. But again, it's always good to have a great team. So I'm sure for him to want to embark on this, knowing how he is creatively, I mean, his circle, I want to believe that he is ready for it. So I look forward to this for sure.
All right, back to the recommendations and what people have been watching. Oluwaseun says, I saw Squid Games last week. It's good, but not as great as the first season. It ended at an undesirable point. Very unsatisfying end to it. Sounds like like Game of Thrones. I didn't take my personal advice to always wait for the series to end before starting. I guess I have to wait for another 2 to 3 years again for another season. Okay. All right, moving on, you can also send in your messages and let us know what it is that you have been watching, or maybe a contribution to what it is that we are talking about. Please include your name as you send the message, especially if it's for the first time that you're sending that message. WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. Let's delve into the topic of I feel like we have talked about this thing many, many, many times, but we're going to dig it up again and talk about it because it looks like some people they don't just get it. It's about Paramount Pictures casting, and they revealing the star-studded cast for Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. And Nigerians are angry about it. Now, that is going to be released in 2027. And you know it's an adaptation by the one who made Woman King and the Old God, that is Gina Prince Bethwood. So it will be produced by Paramount Pictures. And now there you're going to have Tuson Bedu. You're going to have Damson Idris. You're going to have Amanda Stenberg, Viola Davis, Cynthia Erivo, Idris Elba, Lashana, as well as Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's going to be filmed in South Africa. And this is where Nigerians are angry. Last year, there was a casting call that went out saying that they wanted young actors in Africa to embody the characters of Children of Blood and Bone. I mean, if you're telling stories about the Orishas, the deity, if it's deeply rooted here, they said that they wanted to have those ones who are here just express. Now the casts were released, at least the who is who there, who matters, and who's going to be having more than a few cents. And they can't seem to find that. So Nigerians are saying, why did you even do that at all? When you knew that you're not going to use them? Is it that they were not good enough? Or it just always goes back to how the ones in the middle of Hollywood and Nollywood, and not Nollywood, and Africa, the Idris Elba, the Viola Davis, is it that they will always be better in terms of star power or their acting prowess? Why did you do it? But I'm just here sitting and waiting for Irabor's comments. So, Irabor, over to you. No way. Nah, it has to come back. Network. Meanwhile, you can also share your thoughts and what you think about the casting of Children of Blood and Bone and what Nigerians are saying about it, especially on X when the announcement was made that they do not have enough or not enough. They do not have the Nigerian, the ones right here in it. Maybe they would see them in a few cents, but the big names, the major names that you don't have Nigerian actors. That's why I'm making a casting call. So Yoruba, are you back? Yoruba, are you there? Ah, this is one of the many limitations. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. So maybe you can try to look for a way to join again. Anyways, WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. I mean, if you were to actually cast people from Africa continent who are right here, who would you say should be in that children of blood and bone? Who should be there? Who are some of the ones here in Nigeria that you think are going to do so much or great justice to the movie based on the story? If you have read the book, what's some of the people that you would cast in what role? I'd like to know your take and your thoughts. 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Let's try to fix the internet and have Irabor back, and I'll be right back with you.
Smooth 98.1. Absolutely no one. Driving in Lagos traffic in the evenings can be such a enjoy all-round entertainment in the company of the smooth, dynamic maestros and let music be your therapy. Live station. It's your smooth drive home with soothing soul music, great spice of jazz, few toppings of rhythm and blues, and everything else radio friendly that you enjoy. The Smooth Drive every weekday from 4 p.m.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, we go live. Guess who's back? I am. And you are. You're able as well. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. And before he went off, or at least the network threw him out, we were going to take his thoughts on the Children of the Blood and Bone Paramount Pictures casting.
You know, we've said this, like you mentioned now, a million times when I keep saying, if you don't uphold yourself, they would ride you, you know. I like that it's happening. Don't get me wrong. I understand the outrage, but until these things really, really come at us from different angles, before I feel we would sit up. We are just realizing that Dirty December is a gold mine. We are just realizing in 2024 that it's a gold mine. I mean, this is something that has been going on for at least 5-6 years. So we are that slow, or I would say we are that reluctant to project what we have that is so profitable and valuable. Look at what's going on in the country in general, just with oil, with all the industries, everything. So yes, they will shoot children of blood and bone. They will eat the meat that we have. They will eat the bone. They will blend it. They will grind it to powder. They will blow it in our faces. Our eye will pain us, and nothing will still happen. Create your own content. Build your own industry. God has blessed you with the best weather. God has blessed you with dogged individuals. God has blessed you with resources beyond measure. God has just, I'm sure sometimes God is just looking like, hey, what else do I need to do for these people? Just stand up and walk to the river and wash your eyes. And you see clearly and do what you need to do. They will continue doing this. In fact, nobody should be complaining in front of me, telling me that, why is Nollywood not? It's their money, it's their production. They can choose to cast whoever they want to cast. It's their business. Let us also go and do our own and cast, the trials and tribulations of Robinson Crusoe or whoever founded whatever country. And let's also cast maybe like, what's this girl's name in this Accelerate TV drama with Charity and what's her name again? I can't remember that girl. That girl, if I say half cast, I say I'm saying half cast. That girl,
Sophie
Sophie
Alakija.
let Sophie Alakija play the white person. Let's also catch our own cruise. But no, we are doing outrage. Outrage, outrage, outrage. Meanwhile, we still have outrage, outrage, outrage. Why would they shoot it in Nigeria? Why would they shoot it in Nigeria? Do we have like these are see, look, I see, let me not go into this thing too deeply, please. I was going to play devil's advocate for a moment, saying that Hollywood is a business and casting well-known stars will guarantee a wider audience. You know, the challenge, however, is that we are trying to find a balance between commercial appeal and cultural authenticity, blah, 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 blah. That lie. Let's be true to ourselves. That's the motto this year. Be true to yourselves so that you can at least break barriers.
Okay, thank you for your 100% always. Let's talk about Chris Brown and how he is suing Warner Brothers for $500 million over the documentary Chris Brown, A History of Violence.
So I'm going to be very, very, and when I say objective, I mean it in the literal sense. So there's a double standard. We all know this when it comes to women and men and this domestic violence and all this, you know, rape and now, what Chris Brown did or has done was wrong. We do our best not to have physical altercations, but I don't like that it is just Chris Brown that is out there. That is Chris Brown in the situation with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like it's just only Chris Brown that they are highlighting. She too was also violent with him now. Do you understand? Like I don't like the double standard. And I don't like the fact that because of that incident, other words like this have been associated with Chris Brown. Now, if there is proof that he is indeed one, of course, we would label him as that. Like, I don't care. Even if he has danced from now till Saturn, from now till eternity, I really don't care. Even if he's singing I don't care. Baba, what you did is wrong. Rapist, bam. But if that is not something that has been confirmed, we should not be associating it with him. Do you understand? Yes, he was violent towards her. Nobody has said anything about her towards him. I don't like it at all. Like for real, because I do not feel that it should be acceptable that women can also hit men. I don't like that at all. So it should be balanced. But again, the world is what it is. And the same people will still say, oh, they're not being paid equally. Then the other people say, so I don't really understand. So me, my own opinion, Shao, he should sue them for 2 billion self, especially if he has not even done what they are accusing him of. Yes, of course he should sue them and they should pay. But I don't like the double standard across, but I don't like it at all.
One of the things he's angry about, as well as this team, is that the series falsely insinuates a pattern of abusive behavior, ignoring critical context and the legal outcome in several cases, because it's not just the Rihanna case that has been highlighted there. There are a few cases as well. And one, I think there was one in 2019 about a woman saying that she was assaulted or something like that. So just few of those cases. So in their words, to put it simply, this case is about the media putting their own effort over the truth. They did so after being provided proof that their information was false and their storytelling, Jane Doe, had not only been discredited over and over, but was in fact a perpetrator of intimate partners' violence and aggressor herself. And Mr. Brown has never been found guilty of any sex-related crime, but this documentary states in every available fashion that he's a serial rapist and sexual abuser. That really is the anger, because it's one thing. I mean, when you have to label a documentary, a history of violence, and you make it to look like this person does it over and over and over again, yeah, I think it's going to be a little dent, maybe, I don't know if I should say little now.
It's like the Tiger Woods situation back in the day when, you know, there are interviews of this, you can go on YouTube, where the women were like, oh, they wanted to show the world the kind of man he is. And these are women who knew, first of all, that this man is married. They knew. So it's not like, oh, it came as a surprise. Like they knew. So you know that a man is married. You consciously now go and have relations with him. Then you come out and cry wolf and say that, I want to show the world what is. You call. What would they call you? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like I don't know. There's sometimes there's a level of, I don't want to use that S word that you always say I shouldn't be using, but that's what it is. There's a level of that S word that I'm just like, some people and the society is what is encouraging them. That's Hey
Sorry.
God.
Breathe. Okay, let's talk about AI and the backlash it seems to be facing. Despite having loved the movie and enjoyed it, it's gotten many nods and nomination. The Brutalist is sparking backlash after the editor revealed the use of AI in dialogue and buildings and says that it's nothing that hasn't been done before. So imagine you enjoy something, you think this is this thing in all its rawest form, and later on you hear that there was a little bit of help employed was the use of AI, and then you go, no, you shouldn't have done that. And people are saying that it's a way to avoid paying visual artists for their work and also to manipulate the accent of actors, which they say is a fundamental aspect of acting. Now, for context, what happened is that some parts of it, because they needed to get the real Hungarian accent and speaking, so they had to use a little bit of AI to should is transpose the word, but just to do a little bit of automatic dialogue replacement so that they can get the real and the raw accent and the speaking of the Hungarian language, I guess now. So that was what they used AI to do with just some few nips and tucks in there, and that's what's getting people angry. So tell me, are you angry or you think they're just overdoing it?
I mean, you cannot bar technology from the advancement of any industry or sector. It's now, do you allow it control the originality and the foundation of things that people expect? I'm not against the use of AI. I'm against the use of AI when, let's say, they want to now use AI for this bone thing that they're looking to do now. This one that they cast Hollywood actors. Then they now want to use AI for the Nigerian actors. Meanwhile, we now have Nigerian actors there. Then they now decide to use AI. Then I feel that that's a slap, But again, they have the right to do it. So people should just use it within limits and not dilute the originality of, because you cannot replace true dialogue from the dialect of the actual original people from that particular location. You can't, especially if that person is now a great actor. You can't. Even if Leonardo wants to go and do training in Yoruba from now to tomorrow, he go try his best, yes. But if you bring the guys from Hollywood who have Nigerian descent, like Cynthia Erivo, I don't know if she has that Nigerian accent in her, but like it would come through more than Angelina Jolie trying to speak Yoruba. Yeah.
What they did again for the sake of someone to understand better, what they did was they fed in their voice into the AI software. So it helped them to fine tune it and they fed it back. And pretty much that's it in some areas, not all the areas. All right, on the final notes, do we have enough time to talk about the Oscar nominations and the ones that were snubbed? Like some people expecting Denzel Washington to get a nomination. Were you expecting that?
See, me, I don't know for that one. No, I mean, Denzel not getting an Oscar nomination for what he did in Gladiator 2. Even his attire alone deserves Oscar nomination. I mean, I don't understand. If you've seen Gladiator 2, I'm not talking about the movie in itself. Yes, if you've seen the movie, yeah, but I mean, I'm not trying to glorify the movie in the sense that it's the best movie or one of the best movies last year. It's just like back in action in terms of the storyline.
Are you there? I guess it's gone now. Okay, well, Oluwaseun says Hollywood's money, their choice to cast who they want. As for shooting in South Africa, security, power, and more are factors. No one wants to be surrounded by heavily armed men on location, so would you have to move in a heavily armed military convoy between locations? If I was in their shoes and coming from the environment the decision makers are coming from, I probably would have chosen to shoot in South Africa too. That's just sad. And I hope that we Things get better, really. So we are done for today. Next week we'll return, and I guess we're going to reel out the categories in case you do not already know about the different categories and who got what nomination for the Oscars and more. We'll do that next week on Film Focus, as always, from 11 till 12 o'clock on Smooth 98.1. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for sharing your watch list and your recommendations, and thank you for sending your messages through. In a minute's time, it will be the Casbah on Smooth 98.1, and I will be playing you great African music, as always. Golden Oldies, we're throwing it all the way back on Fridays, how we do it from 12 p.m. till 4 p.m. Irabor here to say your byes. Sorry about the network, Higi Haga.
Yeah, always. Please, I tell everybody that I come across, always keep watching, Nollywood movies. We need to help the industry. And you can follow me on Instagram, every social media platform at Irabor100. That's how I keep it.
We didn't get to the part where we were going to tell people what to you did mention at the start of the show there are going to be quite a number of Nollywood releases. So I guess that's what we're going to start from next week. Those Nollywood releases, especially as a build up to the month of love. So that's what we'll start next week, right? You're going to come with your list.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. We're done. See you next week on Film Focus, but see you in seconds time on the Casbah on Smooth 98.1. Catch a repeat on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Love music, love life. Thank you.
You're welcome.